Ready, start, para. The notion of an Aryan race is aligned to the Indian tradition. There are frequent references in early literature to the Aryans, either in the sense of the more honored persons of society or else as distinct from the Melecha and the Anarya. The criteria of difference are primarily language and the observance of the universal dharma, that is the organization of society on the basis of caste and the prescription of the four stages in the life of a man. In the very early texts, additional differences are recognized as those of appearance and religious worship, but very soon after, the criteria of language and culture alone remained. The Aryans are seen as a separate cultural group but not as a distinct race. This is also borne out in the early sources where there are references to the Aryavarta, the land of the Aryas. The definition of the Aryavarta varies in each group of sources in accordance with the culture which the source represents and the geographical location of its nuclear area. The later Vedic text speaks of Aryavarta as essentially the Ganga Yamuna Doab and its frinks. Lands beyond these are generally listed as Melecha Desa. Thus, we are told the Magadha and Anga are inhabited by the mixed caste and are unfit for the Arya in Jaina sources. However, these regions are listed as a part of the Aryavarta as also in the Buddhist sources where the location of Aryavarta is distinctly to the east of the Doab in the modern Rajmahal areas. By the time of Manu, Aryavarta was defined more or less as northern India. North of the Vindhyas race is not the criterion and obviously could not be for the concept of race both in the scientific and the popular sense is a product of modern Europe. Para. Again, Indians in the pre 18th century never claimed that they were more spiritual than other peoples or that the Indian way of life was concerned solely with things spiritual. The ideal of the earlier text that the best life on earth is a balance between dharma, artha, and karma shows a healthy unconcern for any obsession with either the spiritual or the material as for the static, unchanging quality of Indian society. This is also contrary to what is said in Indian sources. There are frequent references to changes in society, some of which are approved and other deplored. Hindu, Buddhist, and Islamic thinkers state that society is perpetually undergoing change from an initial utopian condition. Society has not only changed but deteriorated. Ultimately, however, it will move towards the return of the utopia, be it a fresh Satya Yoga or a final judgment day. Full stop over.